Hi guys, this is DJ Edamame here. I just wanted to make some videos about the builds that I have for my champions. I've been playing for too long. I just checked on Steam, almost 1600 hours, and I started playing in early March or early 2017 when Lex came out. So yeah, I've been playing for a while. I don't really play ranked or anything. I'm not trying to say I'm good at Paladins or anything. I just wanted to share some of the builds that I have. Um, yeah, I thought I'd just go through the champions that I play the most or I have the highest level on. I mainly play kind of like an off support damage. I have a lot of the healers kind of high. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with Grover. So yeah, I just like playing Grover a lot, mainly because of his AoE healing, his passive healing. So they have recently added these titles onto his talents, which makes it a little bit more interesting. I played a lot during the Deep Roots meta, which is not the meta anymore for Grover. I don't really use this talent that much. I know a lot of people use Rampant Blooming because the heals you can get are just crazy with that Vine. But like I said, I usually like to kind of play more, at least add some damage to my healer builds. So I mainly play with Ferocity. So I get that extra 60% damage scaling plus extra 10% on just all my damage done, which helps out a lot. So yeah, this coming from Grover, main, I get, not main, but I do play him a lot. Who mainly plays Ferocity. And these are my builds. I don't really have a lot of builds. A lot of it is built around his Blossom, getting DR, just throwing axes. I only have 4 builds. I'll go from the least used to the most used one, and the least used one is this one, Deep Roots. I don't even play the Deep Roots talent that much. You can see Chop Down, Fatalis. A lot of these cards you're going to see in all of the other builds too, but this one I don't play that much just because of yeah, I don't really like how it is now. I wish they just kept the old Deep Roots. Okay, next one. Rampant Blooming. When do I use this one? I use this one when they're double tanks, where it's like, just heal. I know they're just going to want me to heal. I don't really need extra damage. So this one is based around trying to get the Vine more often, which is mainly from this card. Reduce the cooldown of Vine by 3 seconds after hitting an enemy with Crippling Throw. Pick up. This build is very dependent on hitting the Crippling Throws, which helps me more with Fatalis and Chop Down. Chop Down just gets the cooldown on Crippling Throw, and if I hit it, I get cooldown reduction on Blossom, which then helps with this card, Verdant Expanse, which increases the radius by 20, which didn't used to work before, now works well. And before they never even used to have that green circle, you wouldn't even know if you're healing, but now it helps a lot. I have this card Unstoppable on almost all of my builds just for the DR. Just to get a little bit more protection and insurance when I'm getting dived, because as a support player, you get dived all the time. But yeah, this is the one I used if I'm trying to heal the most. And again, there are probably better builds for Rampant Blooming. I think if there was one card that I would change, it would be changing Unstoppable to, honestly, just Perennial. Just getting extra cooldown reduction on the Blossom or Adrenaline, because this helps reduce all the cooldowns by a little bit. And if you're healing well and doing damage a little bit, chipping away at people, it should help. But right now, yeah, I just like to keep that DR in. Where is it? Oh, Unstoppable. Yeah, level 2. Okay, so yeah, this is, I guess, my main. Let's change this Rampant Blooming heals only. Okay, let's save that. So yeah, like I said before, I mainly play Ferocity. Just for that extra damage. I love when I see that extra damage indicator pop up, trying to hit the Shaolin in the back or Strix, or honestly even just the tank from far away. So the third main build that I use, I really only play this Ferocity damage or this Ferocity heal. They're very similar. So, oh yeah, a lot of the same cards. The main one in this build is the Unstoppable. So getting 30% DR for 4 seconds after Blossom, that's a really long time to have DR. With this build, I don't really need Haven. Haven at level 2 would give me 12% DR added onto this 42% DR for 4 seconds after popping Blossom. I don't really dive. I mainly use this build damage, meaning that I'm just in the backline, hanging out with the Strix or the Canessa or the Vivian, just throwing axes and trying to make use of the extra damage scaling. So the other important cards after this are the ones that were in the other builds as well. So trying to get the Crippling Throw more, which combined with this card gets me Blossom more, which combined with this gets me more DR. So yeah, again, not really meant to optimize healing. This healing is mainly just for me and whoever damage person I'm following around. This helps too, chipping away at damage. If my damage that I'm kind of following around or supporting is doing well, they should be getting eliminations. And because I'm healing them, or maybe from a little axe throw from me, I get an elimination from them, and yeah, helps reset everything. So yeah, Adrenaline I think is a really good card with Grover, along with these. But again, this build is mainly just for staying in the back line, not necessarily healing tanks so much, or flanks, or the other healer. If they're near me, then they're near me and they get healing. But honestly, it's just for me and the other person that I'm trying to support. The last build that I have is my main build, Ferocity Heal. So again, similar cards to the other builds. I think Grover's, compared to the other champions, he has a lot of very viable cards, which makes playing him very more interesting, makes it fun to build decks for him. So this one, I still have Unstoppable. This one, I still need to get Haven, at least to level 2, which is 12%. This is mainly for later game when the Cauterize is just higher up. I usually rush Morale Boost, Chronos, at least up to level 2. After that, I'll get Haven. If I can get Haven to level 2, then yes, I will have more DR after I pop my Blossom. The extra 12% does help when you're getting dived. Because in this build, yeah, I'm mainly healing. I'm mainly focusing on my other teammates getting heals, which helps with these. These buff his Blossom a lot. So reducing the cooldown by 2 seconds with the extra Chronos helps a lot. This one too, his radius is just huge, humongous now. If he can catch 2 people in his radius, hopefully one of them moves out of the way to cleanse the Cauterize. Yeah, this one is obviously mainly just for healing. Fatalis and Adrenaline. I still like to run the Adrenaline again because hopefully the people that I'm healing are also getting eliminations. So yeah, once I get an elimination from healing or from some little chip damage that I did, reduces all the cooldowns, gives me a little bit of DR from this, and also more Blossoms. Fatalis, this one is a filler card I mainly use with, I don't know, I kind of interchange it a lot. The 0.6 seconds off the Blossom, so then it gets really dependent on hitting the Crippling Throw. If I don't feel like doing that, I might change it out with Bark Skin, just a little bit more health. Honestly, I even will run this card sometimes, at least at a level 2. It's just not as reliable though, just because of that 30-second internal cooldown. But yeah, this is the main one I use. Let's go back. What did I have it before? I don't even remember. Oh, Fatalis, yeah. But yeah, so like I said, I mainly play like an off support. I rarely go full heal bot healer. So this helps a lot with that. Still getting that extra damage, still getting that great healing with the AoE, with the expanse, Vernon expanse, increasing the radius. Other than that, nothing else. I don't really play like a dive Grover, mainly just, yeah, damage Grover with healing. Yeah, that's it for Grover. I think the next person obviously is going to be Grok, but I guess that's for another video. Just let me know any critiques, any kind of comments you think that I should be improving on in the builds. I think that's one of the best things about Paladins is the build. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.